What's the worst lie your family has ever spread about you? 3 days ago, I eloped with my boyfriend Ethan, a white public school teacher I've been in love with for 3 years. My parents immigrated from Shanghai before I was born. At 25, they told me they'd found the perfect match. Michael Huang, the son of my father's best friend, a successful surgeon with an ideal background, and, more importantly, their approval. I told them no. I wasn't marrying someone just because he was convenient or culturally appropriate. My mother dismissed me with a sneer, calling me too American and selfish. For the next several months, I endured weekly dinners where Michael would conveniently show up. My aunt started spreading word that we were already engaged. My cousin told me people at the local cultural center were gossiping about our wedding plans. The pressure was relentless. Every refusal to fall in line was treated like betrayal. No one cared what I wanted. My future had already been written without my consent. After another disastrous family dinner, I broke down in front of Ethan. All the lies, the manipulation, the emotional blackmail, it had chipped away at me for months. He took my hands and quietly said, "Let's just do it. Let's get married. Not for them, for us." We drove to Vermont that weekend. A tiny chapel, 2 witnesses, quiet vows just for each other. Afterward, we sent a message to our families. We followed our hearts. Just married. The fallout was immediate. My mother screamed so loudly I had to hold the phone away. My father's voice turned to ice. He said I was no longer his daughter. Relatives I hadn't spoken to in years began texting and calling, each message more vicious than the last. My aunt accused me of spitting on my parents' sacrifice, choosing a selfish path with some white boy. The lies began immediately. They told people I was pregnant and had no choice, that Ethan had manipulated me for access to our family's money, that I had rejected my culture, abandoned my family, and shamed them publicly. My friend Min, who attends the same church as my parents, texted me that my mother had been crying to the congregation, painting me as an ungrateful daughter who had run away from her obligations. The most disturbing update came that morning. People were threatening to boycott my parents' restaurant unless they fixed what I had done. My name had become a scandal, but under the fear and betrayal, something else began to rise. Anger. Righteous, steady, focused anger. I wasn't going to let them destroy my character and rewrite my story. If they wanted to spread lies, I would spread truth. I sat down at my laptop and began to write. I titled it, "Why I Eloped, an Open Letter to the Community That's Being Lied to." I included screenshots, texts from family telling me to break up with Ethan, audio from dinners where I'd been ambushed by Michael, messages threatening to cut me off, every word carefully selected. I attached it all, then hit publish. Michael showed up at my door hours later, visibly angry. He told me I'd no idea what I'd done, that his father got a call from my grandfather that morning and was now reconsidering his will. Before leaving, he threw in one last jab, that my mother had been hospitalized with a stress-induced cardiac event, that my truth had almost killed her. But then I got a message from my cousin Lily. "Don't believe what they're saying about Aunt Lynn being in the hospital. I just saw her laughing at the cultural center. They were now faking medical emergencies to guilt me into silence." That's when I picked up the phone and called my grandfather. He'd always been different, calm, rational, fair. I told him everything. What he suggested next would change everything. The cultural center, a public confrontation. My mother's lies exposed in front of everyone who mattered. I can't tell you what I did in this short video. The full story is on the channel. Link below.